Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis. Pulse 95.
Yeah, join the conversation with the Morning Majlis on the text lines 4215 should you wish to have your say. Now, the Omicron variant has been a very, very nasty one when it comes to our travel plans. Now, looking at the world of Europe, for example, at the moment, new curbs are being announced by different countries. New travel bans as well are being in place. In France, in particular, they've banned the arrivals from the UK, and all non-essential travel from Britain has been banned.
The Netherlands as well.
Well, it all sounds like a great plan, and it sounds like a good idea to ensure a travel curb and avoid certain tourists from a certain demographic or demography to not turn up to the country. Well, it sounds great, but the domestic market suffers. A couple of hotels and resorts in France are already venting out their frustration, saying, "I feel sad, disappointed and angry because 2/3 of the arrivals would be foreign tourists from the UK to Chamonix in France for a bit of a ski resort." Netherlands at the moment will go into a strict lockdown over the festive period, as they say, to contain the highly contagious Omicron coronavirus variant. That's according to the statement by their Prime Minister Mark Rutte. And all non-essential shops, services, including restaurants, hairdressers, museums, and even gyms will be closed from Sunday until the 14th of January. All schools will remain shut until the 9th of January. Now, this is an announcement made in the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's right. And also in the United States of America, POTUS, Joe Biden, will announce new steps the administration is taking to help communities in need of assistance, while also issuing a stark warning of what the winter will look like for Americans that choose to remain unvaccinated, according to what the press secretary Jen Psaki has tweeted. So basically, Joe Biden will wait until Tuesday to announce the new COVID-19 measures to fight the Omicron variant, because he is spending the weekend in his native Delaware. But the cases, sadly, they're doubling. They have been doubling in the past 24 hours. But they did confirm that he will be speaking and making. He has an upcoming plan for the winter holidays that are coming up very, very soon. And he will be addressing booster shots, lockdowns, and mask mandates in the United States. And according to the press secretary, John Psaki, he did say that we are prepared for the rising case levels, and Biden will detail how we will respond to this challenge. He will remind Americans that they can protect themselves from severe illness from COVID-19 by getting vaccinated and getting their booster shot when they are eligible as well.
Yeah, and the UK is also seeking to vaccinate itself out of this crisis. We're seeing an accelerated campaign in the country now to give a third COVID-19 dose to all eligible adults by the end of this month. Meanwhile, in South Africa, researchers say early data suggests that Omicron causes milder symptoms, but it's still unclear how much of a role immunity from vaccination of previous infection plays, whether that gives you additional protection or whether it's irrelevant now that the virus has mutated this much. And looking at the experts from the World Health Organization, their Director General Tedros said in the latest news briefing that, look, Omicron is probably in most countries by now, and it just hasn't been detected. We've seen it in 77 countries so far, but it's spreading at a rate we have not seen with any previous variant. So it is quite possible for Omicron to become the dominant strain. It's not going to take very long for that to happen now. The other thing too is, is Omicron milder? Some experts say it's still too early to know from the data from South Africa if in fact it is indeed milder. South Africa's National Institute for Communicable Diseases struck a cautiously optimistic note. They're saying that the current wave might be milder. But vaccines do provide less protection against the new strain. And the concern here is that even if you have a relatively lower symptoms, more mild instance of COVID-19 with the Omicron variant, you're still going to have a lot of hospitalizations given the rate it spreads. Might put a burden on your hospitals and healthcare systems, and that's where the real trouble starts to kick in.
That does, and we'll be hearing about what Pfizer's officials or spokespeople from Pfizer have been saying about the Omicron variant and also about the pandemic becoming an endemic. The thoughts were echoed by another spokesperson from Covaxin in India, and we'll be hearing that short interview later on in the program, just after 9 o'clock, where Dr. Krishna Ella also said that the Omicron variant is a little bit hyped by the media. And he's also talked about how the situation in Europe is as per the cycle because more people are spending their time indoors. So as a result of the cold weather and larger indoor gatherings for the festive period. So that's one of the reasons why this is happening. But over in Europe, Germany, the largest European economy, and they've become the latest country to ban most travellers from Britain to stop the spread of the Omicron variant. German nationals and residents will still be allowed to enter from the UK, but they must have a negative test and quarantine for 2 weeks, regardless of whether they have been vaccinated or not. And these new rules are certainly going to play a bit of a role in the economic recovery as well for that part of the globe. And we will keep a close eye on the developments in the UK as well when it comes to the virus. We'll be right back after the business headlines, everyone, and we shall continue the discussions. And then we're going to be touching upon developments over in different parts of the globe, particularly Southeast Asia with the typhoon in the Philippines. Stay with us. This is the Morning Majlis, only on Pulse 95.